partypoker.net World Tenpin Masters and the last of our first round matches. Only one spot remains in the quarter-final, and the two players taking to the lanes tonight are preparing for a tough match. They've seen some aggressive wins and some astonishing defeats at this lane, but soon it will be their turn to stand down their bowling belt and aim for the pins. Let's look at the draw so far.
We've already lost 3 times world champion Zara Glover, 2005 Masters winner Jens Nickel and 3 times winner Torrid Torgerson. Now Dominic Barrett of England faces Diandra Asbaty of the USA for a place in the last 8. Each match the best of 2 games, the winner, the one with the higher points aggregate.
So with a fierce lineup already in the quarters, who will be joining them? Well, tonight another lady competes. She's already proven her worth on the lane by winning a stack of trophies, including Malaysian Open champion and Player of the Year. However, England's leading bowler is also eyeing up that quarter-final spot. So let's meet the players.
I'm Dominic Barrett and I'm playing Diandra Asbaty tonight.
I'm Diandra Asbaty and I'm playing Dominic Barrett.
She's a female World Cup champion, so you don't get that from just being an average player. She's quite young as well, but she's definitely made a name for herself across the whole world, so she's a very good player.
I met him about 5 or 6 years ago and I'm very impressed with where he's taken his game. He's really worked very hard and has developed a lot as a bowler, so I look forward to bowling him.
I'm just going to go out there and play the lane and try not to look at my opponent too much, but if it gets close, then who knows, but hopefully I can go and play my own game and see a good win.
I hope that Dominic bowls well. I hope I bowl better.
Your Master of Ceremonies, John McDonald.
Ladies and gentlemen, a very warm welcome to the Metrodome here in Barnsley. It's the partypoker.net World Tenpin Masters, brought to you by Matchroom Sport. The top 16 players in the world have assembled here on this single lane to win the coveted title and the $30,000 first prize. But it's time now to meet the players. Firstly, would you please welcome, representing England from Cambridge, would you please welcome now the Commonwealth All-Event Champion, it's Dominic Barrett!
21-year-old Dominic has won the Commonwealth All-Event. He went out in round 1 last year and has his family here to make sure he does better this time round. He's topped the rankings in the past 2 seasons and will be tough to beat on home soil.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the youngest member of the coveted Hall of Fame. From the United States of America, it's Diandra Asbaty!
Dee, as she likes to be called, is 26, the youngest player ever to be inducted into the World Bowling Writers Hall of Fame, and the first American. She's won championship after championship at world, international and national level. She even has her own line of athletic clothing. And alongside commentator Simon Golding is player Guy Kaminsky.
Our last first round match of this partypoker.net World Tenpin Masters. And yet again, it's a battle of the sexes. It's a unique situation created by this Masters tournament.
Such a short format, it really puts pressure on you to not lose by a big margin in the first game. So I think it's just like a sparring session, really, the first game. You're feeling each other out, and you don't want to get hurt. The last thing you want to do is be down by 40 or 50, and we've seen in all the other games where the players are down, it's very difficult, nearly impossible to come back in the second game.
Dominic Barrett, 21 years of age, very confident, very pleasant young man. He's the sort of guy that you need in a sport to take it forward. Works very hard at his game. Went out first round last year, but he gave a great account of himself in that match and has had some decent success. Commonwealth All Events champion, so this guy knows how to bowl on the big stage.
Yeah, I was lucky enough to actually be drawn in the same lane with Dom at the AMF World Cup in Caracas, where he performed remarkably well. And most like out there, I mean, young, he brings a lot of enthusiasm to the table, and he's hungry to learn, and I think the future is really bright for Dom.
There's a lot of young bowlers like him out there. It is extremely competitive sport. I think that's one of the things that sometimes people fail to appreciate at home, Guy, that thousands and thousands, well, millions of people across the world bowling. And this is a tough sport to get to the top of.
Yeah, I mean, there really are millions of people bowling. I'm not sure the exact stats, but I know Tenpin bowling is in the top 5 most participated sports in the world.
Well, here's someone that has made it to the top. Hall of Famer, just 26 years of age. Diandra Asbaty, a very positive young lady. Nickname of D, debuting at her Masters. She's a writer, she's a coach, she's a spokesperson for youth bowling in the USA. She plays on the US team, and she's the current US amateur champion. I mean, that is some CV to amass by the age of 26.
It's remarkable, really. Her achievements are scary. But I can tell you, amongst the players, there's quite a bit of banter going on, because Diandra's the last lady left. So there's a bit of pressure on her shoulders for all the ladies out there. You really need to be cheering Diandra on here, but I can tell you she's good to go. She's a great player, and I think she's going to perform remarkably well.
Yeah, definitely flying the flag for girl power, but she's more than happy to accept that mantle. Players' practice balls done and dusted. Time for Bernie White, the tournament referee, to get things underway.
Like to shake hands or wish you good luck, good bowling? Dominic to bowl first.
So Dominic will be first up. Again, it's a tough one to call, isn't it? If anyone gets locked into this lane, Guy, then they can post some big numbers, they can put the pressure on early doors. But you just feel that Asbaty is riding on a crest of a wave at the moment. She's had some great results recently, and well, she thinks she's going to go a long way in this tournament.
Yeah, she does, but this will be her first experience on the single lane. It's her debut. And Dom, you know, although he lost last year, he put up a great performance, and that's going to stand him in great stead. And I think he'll use that experience from last year to try and get him through this match now.
What a start.
Nothing settles your nerves better than a great pure shot like that was. Really clean off his hand, and that ball's, you know, hit the 1-3 pocket perfectly, and all 10 in the pit.
Got some revs on it as well. That's not bad for a first delivery.
Yeah, he doesn't leave too much behind, good old Dom. And that's what we've seen in some of the games. The guys have been able to hit the pocket, but the key is to have enough power and drive to get the 10-pin out. That seems to be the biggest enemy for right-handers at the moment, is getting that 10-pin out.
Good pocket hit, not too much wrong with that, but there's the 10-pin that Guy was talking about, left standing.
Yeah, I mean, it really is a good shot. It's just, I mean, people say it's unlucky, but really it's not really that unlucky. It's your ball choice. It's trying to match up your release, your angle of entry into the pocket. It's not just about hitting the pocket. You've got to come at the right angle to make sure you can maximize your carry. And in this format, you need strikes. Spares won't win you this tournament.
Well, that's been evident already. So Dominic Barrett looking to work this strike. Double would do very nicely to get things underway. Good home support here in Barnsley for this young man.
I'd like to tell you that he's England's favourite, but it's got a long way to go in front of Paul Moore. He is a real hometown favourite here, and he's looking in ominous form, I must tell you, for the rest of the players.
He's the man, isn't he? What a first round match he had. Confident, aggressive, but the 10-pin stays.